Welcome to the neighborhood of 90023, officially known as both Los Angeles and Boyle Heights, the latter being the most used when referencing 923. When looking at healthy food consumption behaviors of 923, we must understand its history and geography to see how it has changed over time. To the west, it is naturally bordered by the LA River. It connects with downtown through four bridges and the infamous East Los Angeles Freeway Interchange, which runs through the heart of 923. This complex highway services approximately 2 million vehicles per day as it connects the Interstate 5, Interstate 10, State Route 60, and the US 101. This effectively makes 923 a gatekeeper from downtown and West LA to East LA and beyond. At its right border, it is the entrance to the East LA neighborhood, another historic area. Its southern border begins with another landmark, the Sears Tower, and runs through Washington Boulevard and the Union Pacific Railroad, effectively dividing it from the industrial city of Vernon. Its north border is fractured across many streets, with 6th Street and Hollenbeck Middle School in the west, and on the east, a portion of Cavalry Cemetery, but it includes its most famous resident, Abbott Costello.
Today, 90023 is composed of 96.9% Hispanics. This is a stark contrast from the 1930s when its demographics were highly diversified, containing a strong Jewish population and various pockets of African and Japanese Americans. 25% of the area's existing housing was built before 1939, which is twice the rate of the US. This includes the first of its kind garden apartment complex, Wyvernwood. Apartment complexes like Wyvernwood supply housing to the 72.9% of people who rent. 35.12% of people in 90023 live in poverty, and this may be attributed to the low percentage of residents without any kind of four-year degree, which is at 5.56%. Here in Boyle Heights, the median household income is $39,688. The workforce is divided with 37% white-collar workers, 40.8% blue-collar workers, and 5% are unemployed. The biggest age bracket in the zip code is the 25 to 34-year-old bracket, and overall it is composed of 50% male and 50% female. In order to study the healthy food consumption behaviors of 90023, we use Simply Analytics to study three specific psychographic variables. The first variable we looked at was the percent of people who express any agreement with the statement, "I am a vegetarian." The US rate is 9.29%, and Boyle Heights was only slightly below that percent, coming in with 8.29% of people agreeing that they were vegetarians. Geographically, the greater agreement was seen in tracts east of Lorena Street, which evenly divides the zip code in half. Stereotypically, many people associate vegetarian diets with affluent white people who can afford the best produce. However, worldwide studies from our research indicate that vegetarians belong to lower income categories. As mentioned earlier, the median household level supports this. Economically, vegetarianism makes sense, as animal products are more expensive than food of plant origin. Another study found that vegetarians tend to be young, which fits the age breakdown of 90023.
The second variable we looked at revolved around organic food consumption. Organic food is defined as food that is produced without fertilizers, growth stimulants, antibiotics, or pesticides. We chose to see what levels of agreement consumers identified with to the statement that they shop or look for organic foods. Since organic food is a large component of healthy food consumption, it was important to see how the consumers of their area code engage in this behavior. Overall, the zip code had a 27.46% agreement with this statement, being only slightly under the national average of 28.06%. Within the zip code, the bottom half of the people living below the I-5 freeway had the greatest percentage of agreement. This finding aligns with the preference of the Hispanic demographic of this area. In terms of general food consumption, Hispanic culture emphasizes fresh, homemade foods, which would be enhanced by using fresh, organic produce. For our third variable, we chose to analyze attitudes towards fast food by looking at any type of agreement with the statement, "Fast food is all junk." The results were interesting, as there was a variety of agreement levels for this statement. Some areas had little agreement with less than 10%. This level was centralized in the top half of the zip code. The bottom half, particularly in the Wyvernwood complex, which houses the most low-income individuals, had the highest levels of agreement. In 2013, the Los Angeles Food Policy Council conducted a study that found an unreasonable negative impact on low-income residents and communities of color whose neighborhoods were overpowered by fast food restaurants. Within the zip code, we do find an abundance of fast food restaurants. We counted at least 10 overall, but this can also be attributed to the 2 freeways running right through the zip code. Luckily in this area, the psychological resistance to fast food is strong.
Despite the strong and positive consumption behaviors of 90023, Googling vegetarian restaurants results in no options. This should be an easy and obvious recommendation, as neighboring zip codes have those options, and competition would be non-existent. Our next recommendation is to offer greater availability of fresh organic produce. There are currently no specialty grocery stores, with the closest Whole Foods about a 6-mile drive from the epicenter of 90023. We do not see the need for specific specialty stores, but just a greater selections within. This can be complemented with our third recommendation by having 90023 host farmers market, which is currently does not. These markets are thriving in the surrounding areas of East LA, Monterey Park, and the downtown art district. In the open space of the Sears Tower, plans are already on the way to remodel the 90-year-old tower to provide food halls, markets, restaurants, offices, and open spaces, all inspired by the same area in the Arts District. Our last recommendation is for the city, along with local vendors and partners, to provide programs at local parks that offer healthy food consumption options. This can range from free lunches during the summer for low-income households and cooking classes that promote a healthier lifestyle.
This concludes our analysis of 923 for Marketing 3400 Consumer Behavior at Cal State LA. Thank you for watching.